So we're doing a makeup reference using the e.l.f. It's the eye crease smudger brush, and we're taking the deepest purple of the wheel, and we're just going to start by working it in right at the tear duct. We've got foundation already on, and we'll be adding more to take out the brows. Now we're taking the purple and we're going right under the eye where we have natural darkness fall, and we're going to bring it out along to accentuate where the softness is inside the orbital bone. I'm just going to use my finger to smudge a little bit on the outside. We're also going to take that purple and go up into the crease of the lid, but very soft. We're not going over the full center of the eyelid, but we're going to bring it in to kind of halo effect it. This is one of those things that you need to be able to step back and see it. So I'm just going to use my finger and pat in the foundation at the eyebrow. And if we find that the texture of the hair is still showing, you can go in with powder and lay that in and do the foundation step again. We're going to bring in a little bit of powder. Ah, is this the powder you were using?
Yeah,
earlier?
it's color set
Oh,
powder
perfect.
from Marin.
That's good. All right, so just a little bit of that. We're going to work it into the puff here. All right, I'm going to pounce over your eyebrow again. All right. So, watch my fingers again so I don't get it in the wrong place. All right, I'm going to brush along the edge of your eyelid, so no panicking. I'm not removing your eyeball. So, all right. Do you want me to do both sides, or do you want to mirror it yourself?
I like to mirror it.
Of course. All right, so I'm going to take this purple again while I'm at it and going. All right, can you turn your face just slightly that way? All right. So going from her ear down her jaw, we're going to go over the edge of that latex. I'll probably do it with my finger here. You know, because this you want to have soft on both sides, because I find that that's the difference between it feeling soft and feeling like you're making Frankenstein's bride.
Right.
Because she has very chiseled edges there. So.
How's the makeup adhering to the latex?
It's doing beautiful.
Awesome.
Yes. Oh, good solution. Excellent. I love the texture that it's giving here consistently. So going into the more burgundy tone here, I'm going to pick some of that up on the brush too and work it in, just doing little circles. Oh, okay. Hold on. It's the foundation that's being silly here.
I didn't do up to the bald cap, remember?
Yep, that's what I'm noticing. It's like, why is that odd? But that's okay.
But I didn't notice it from here.
fine. See, and if you find that your contour bruising, because essentially this is just kind of an intense form of contouring, is too much, just go over it with another coat of foundation lightly, and it'll take it back out, and it'll really feel like the bruise is coming from the inside rather than the outside. I'm just going to go up. So we've got that foundation edge here. All right, come towards me a little. There we go, beautiful. Yeah, the latex is really good.
Oh, I'm so
It's
glad.
not going to need any treatment at all with the castor.
I'm so glad. And I brought barrier spray too, so.
Good. That'll help it to not transfer onto the bedding. Okay, so turn your nose out this way. See how it's, you're getting the texture already, which is good. You want to see that, but it feels a little aggressive, but that's good for this character. You know, if this was, Hairless Goddess from Planet Z, you might want her head to be a different texture.
Right.
But for this application,
this looks incredible.
This is a good sponge for this too, because it allows the foundation color to highlight over the latex and have it really feel like pores.
Yay, thank you.
Which is exactly what you want. Excellent choice. All right, come back towards me with your nose. There we go. Yeah, and in places where her hairline wants to show through a little bit more and the stipple isn't coming through enough, because this is a stick, you can actually dab right into the area lightly and then just work it out.
Right, okay.
So it wants to be a little odd, but it's just because the latex is adhering with the foundation so nicely. It will not smear. It doesn't want to rub.
Right.
So everything needs to be pressed into it. And honestly, if you have places where it wants to show a little bit, where you put down the edge of the stick for that half circle, is honestly not the end of the world, because part of her treatment would have been to have anodes on her head.
Okay.
Because of the type of cancer that it is. And if it's still not blending out as much as you want it to, you can always take another smudger brush like this one and literally work it into the spaces.
Okay.
But it's not reading so much as a hairline delineation anymore.
No.
Which is good. All right, I'm going to go down to your cheek here again, honey. Before I stab you in the face, I try to tell you what I'm doing.
It's just that line on her side of her face that I didn't do.
No, that's fine. And this is still finessing and figuring it out too. So, all right, I'm going to go back in with our bruise wheel here and that burgundy tone rather than the purple one. Because with your olive base, it reads really nice, raspberry flush of ow. you know, and can you turn your chin this way? We're going to bring it so that it's up almost to her ear, and then you can fade it out there.
Okay.
And then poke along where the jaw is, and we're going to bring it down and chisel out that hinge a little bit. Because essentially you're going to take this, and where it gets to her skin, you can drag it with your fingers and press into the musculature of her neck, just kind of alternating between the purple and the burgundy, so that you pop out the hollows and along her collarbone a little bit. You okay, Brenda?
Mm-hmm.
So you think about the points where her blood would pool and where her skin would be thin. All right, back towards the center now, hon? Yeah? Okay. So I'm also taking that same color and I'm going in around the nasolabial folds and under the edge of her nose, into that crease a little bit. So it feels gaunt. And by using the same brush and your finger to go back and forth between the color, as you blend it out, it's going to naturally variate the color a little bit.
Okay.
And it's okay to have it a little different from one side to the other, because, you know, our faces really aren't symmetrical. You know, if they were too symmetrical, they're
Yes,
creepy.
I like that touch that you just did.
Yeah. And it really is taking anywhere where there's a dent or a crease and just pushing it in with the darker color, but in a way that is going to feel soft.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go right under her mouth here too, and it's going to sink in that lower lip a little bit. And come down into the fold here. And right under the tip of her nose, so that it's a little bit harsh, or a little bit harsher than it is without that. You know, all the things we normally put concealer on to hide is what we're going to bring out.
Right.
So
should I start sponging the other side of it?
yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Is that still doing something?
It is.
Awesome.
A little green light means you're on camera. So for the folds in here, what I'm doing is, even though it's a round brush, I'm only taking one side of it and patting it in so that I get a soft, rounded edge for going into the folds itself.